What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosley, that's Scott Savage, and you can join us at InsideTheGame.ca, YouTube at Inside the Game Official. Our friends over at Fired Up Network has 212 platforms you can join us on, just like Spotify and a whole lot more. And of course, those beautiful TV streaming networks around the globe. I'm talking about Amazon Prime, Roku, Samsung Plus, Jinx Esports TV, ESTV, and a ton more. And Scott, there's a ton to talk about on today's show. What do we have?
There's Capcom's unannounced game and their high expectations, Mortal Kombat 1's beta dates, and also the story length. We'll go through that. Red Dead Redemption's remaster might actually be happening, and I could not be more excited. Battlefield 2042 has received an update that I'm pretty happy with, actually, in a long string of updates. Finally one for me. And Payday 3 beta details will be discussed as well.
Dude, this is going to be a great show. Red Dead Redemption actually making a return. Will we finally see it? Man, the beautiful engine of Red Dead 2. Oh, wow. Hopes and dreams. Let's get into today's show. Scott, topic number one is a hot one for today's show. Capcom has an unannounced game coming soon that it expects will sell millions. Scott, this is David Carousel over at PSU. Capcom has had a strong 2023 with Resident Evil 4 Remake, Street Fighter 6, and even Exoprimal, all performing well in terms of sales and critical reception. Exoprimal, dude, we were a little lukewarm on that one. You should definitely check out our full review.
We'll say it's a split reception.
Yeah, that's probably a good way to go with that one. That's without even mentioning other projects outside games like the Resident Evil Death Island film that officially launched worldwide just days ago. Scott, did you even know that was a thing?
No, I had remembered it being mentioned ahead of release, and yeah. I missed it.
Yeah, me too. Fair enough. I wasn't gonna watch it anyway. This is Resident Evil.
I'm pretty out of the loop when it comes to TV.
Oh, dude, it's just games, and more games here. However, Capcom might not be done for the year, as it spoke of a currently unannounced game set to arrive before the end of its current fiscal year, ending March 31st, 2024, in its recent quarterly earnings call that it expects will sell millions. There's nothing to say that it couldn't be another Resident Evil title that's been kept under wraps, or a new IP the publisher has high hopes for, but out of Capcom's biggest franchises, the one due for a new mainline entry is Monster Hunter. Scott, Monster Hunter World 2 is what I am predicting. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, first of all, I would love a Monster Hunter World 2. That is the smash success for me in the Monster Hunter world. Yeah. I began with 4, I believe. Nice. But Rise didn't really do kind of the same thing, and I'm not really sure why. But a number 2, if you make it Monster Hunter World with bigger kind of parties, maybe some raids towards the end, that could definitely sell in the millions. That's for sure. I'm wondering if this is Resident Evil. There's very few that are left to do an HD remaster for. Resident Evil 4 sold incredibly well, but that's a well-known, respected classic from the era.
Yeah.
But number 5 was very disliked at first, and I don't suspect they would do that and sell well. 6 again is kind of just considered as 4 again, but not as good.
Fair enough.
So I have doubts as to whether it's Resident Evil, unless this is a brand new entry. That is possible. Resident Evil 8 sold amazingly well, and I can only imagine they restarted production on that one, on that IP afterwards.
No, absolutely. I think after Village and stuff wrapped up, I think they're working on the next entry into that series, but I don't think it's coming out this year. Like, that didn't come out, that came out, what, 2 years ago? So they're not going to be ready.
I want to say 3 or 4, but that seems way too far away.
Maybe
3.
Yeah, but I still don't think they're ready for it. What they are ready for, though, is another Monster Hunter World experience. I think that's what fans have been kind of looking forward to. We've seen Rise and stuff, but yeah, it hasn't hit like it has with World when it comes to the mass audience. We saw everybody jump into World, including myself, who has never really been into that Monster Hunter scenario until World dropped. And I was like, yo, this is cool. And now, granted, I was just one of millions in that game. So, like, that seemed to be I think the tipping point for Monster Hunter, where it opened up doors for other gamers to experience something new and fresh for us to kind of get into. And dude, ever since, I've been hooked on that Monster Hunter touch, right? You and I, my brother, just played Wild Hearts. Dude, we were playing Wild Hearts forever, day in, day out, jumping into that one. But it just wasn't Monster Hunter, right? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was fun, it was cool, but it just wasn't quite the same.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but there is a specific flavor to Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
And I do have one kind of side thought as to what this game could be. Could we get a Dino Crisis? Given the sales numbers have topped over 1 million for Exoprimal. Whether we like it or not, it has caused quite a splash. And everybody's been crying for Dino Crisis for many years now. So it's possible, maybe?
It seems a little odd that they come out with Dino Crisis and have Exoprimal, right? This new IP that they can maybe build off of. I don't think they'd want to overshadow that just by dropping Dino Crisis so quickly, just on the precipice of, you know, Exoprimal taking off the way it has. Kind of shocking, to be honest. I did see they're dropping new content for it, which I thought was very cool. I'm glad that they are kind of keep that one going, because that was one of our concerns, right? When the Exoprimal did launch, it only had one game mode, and that was kind of it. And you're like, what is going on here? But dude, it's still in the back of my mind. Should I just keep going a little bit every day? Like, there's something about it, right? It was just like, this isn't so bad, but it's just not kind of what we wanted. But either way, getting back to where I think they're going, dude, I would think there's a part of me that thinks, but I'm more on the hopeful side of a Monster Hunter World too. Did you ever get into the Iceborne DLC?
No, actually, I never got through to that bit, which is sad, really, because it added a huge amount to the game.
Yeah, it sure did, right? It did add a lot more content to it. But if we get into Monster Hunter World 2, like you say, maybe this is where we get into, dare I say it, a live service experience, right, Scott, with Monster Hunter, because it is so open for opportunities like this, like you say, with raids coming into the mix. I think that'd be a great way to kind of end that end game, but yet keep the content dropping that keeps us coming back in day in or on a weekly basis for something new. We talked about it yesterday with Sea of Thieves and how they keep dropping more and more content for that game, right? They're on season 10, which just got delayed till October 19th, but here we are, we get into Monster Hunter World 2. Here's an opportunity to kind of follow up that same model and keep dropping new seasons and more seasons and more seasons, new monsters to go hunt, right? With new weapons, new abilities, new things to craft, new areas to unlock. Like, the opportunity for a Monster Hunter World to continue on for years to come has huge potential.
Oh, it's ripe for it, really. Even the storytelling can go out through these weekly updates, monthly updates, however. Some of these monsters are moving around. Now they're fighting each other. There's endless possibilities.
Dude, I remember walking in, and then you go in to go hunt down one of your monsters, and then it's fighting another monster. I was like, yo, I've never seen anything like this before. And having that experience going, okay, cool. Some of this actual health has now been taken off because they had this battle right in front of us as we arrived on the location. And then it takes off. You got to go hunt it down and chase it down and things like that. I'm definitely hopeful for it, but we'll see hopefully soon by the sounds of their earnings call. Scott, today's a hot show, man. Mortal Kombat 1's beta dates have been announced for topic number 2. This is Jordan Midler over at VGC. As revealed on Twitter by series co-creator Ed Boon, never heard of him. The beta will run from August 18th until August 21st. This is awesome. Dude, I love Ed Boon and the things he's created. I've followed Mortal Kombat from day one all the way back to its inception to where we are now. It's been, what a lineage Ed Boon has created over the years, and the studio and the changes. And then now here we are starting all over, Scott, with Mortal Kombat. I am blown away to see where we are.
After 30 years, though, I believe it's been 30 years.
Yep.
Like, Mortal Kombat is my age. Ed Boon's been a rock star, and they've stuck with that story. So I imagine it would be really fun to shake it up. Absolutely.
Players can access the beta by pre-ordering the game on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. It's currently unclear if it has a separate beta to be held on for PC players, but developed by NetherRealm Studios and published by Warner Brothers Games, Mortal Kombat 1 will be released on September 19th, 2023 for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch. Scott.
Yeah, that's really puzzling.
Dude, there's no PS4 and there's no Xbox One, but yet you're on Switch, This doesn't make any sense. If anything, you should have it on PS4 and Xbox One and skip the Switch, because even those two consoles are more powerful than the Switch. Like, I am shocked to see how this works.
And of course, the critic-minded part of both of us is thinking, well, if it got on Switch, is that a demotion for the other games? What was held back to make it run on Switch?
Yeah. I bet you Switch has got to be some sort of separate port, right? Like, they're going to be pushing the boundaries with PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S to new heights for Mortal Kombat. Ed Boon has talked about the amount of detail, like the extra detail just within the level design that they've been able to create versus beforehand, because of the new hardware power, the capabilities. Like, dude, the Switch is nowhere near this. So how do you get it to run on the Switch? It has to be a separate team working on this port to the Switch, and it's going to be a dumbed down version, which is going to be unfortunate for that game, because the way you should be playing it is over on Steam or Epic Games or on the newer consoles. But granted, not everybody will have those consoles either, right? Or those PCs. So you open up the opportunity for Nintendo Switch players to come in and play. Man, is the cloud service up and running? Like, I play Mortal Kombat 11 on the cloud right now, and it works, dude. My Scorpion is lighting things up. It's on fire. It is great. It feels good. There's no stutter. So maybe they've worked out something that they have some kind of streaming platform going for Nintendo. Dude, I'm so baffled. But either way, Nintendo is getting Mortal Kombat, which is but the beta is coming, so you can get in on that. Dude, I want to keep going though with Mortal Kombat 1 story mode length will be similar to MKX and 11, says Ed Boon. This is Michael Harridance over at PSU. Ed Boon has revealed on Twitter that Mortal Kombat 1 story mode will last roughly as long as the campaigns of Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 11, which were around 5 to 6 hours in length. Scott, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty healthy length. Full disclosure, I got to the end of MK11 and was unable to defeat Chronica. So
that's bad.
I was happy that the game was quite long before that.
Yo, I'm excited to get back in there, get into some more story content. It is definitely one of the over-the-top stories, and one that is just, I don't know. I love the stories. I do love the story, and get in there, and it always switches it up so that you're introduced to new characters and their fighting styles. Sometimes those click, sometimes they don't, and when they don't, that's when you have the harder time getting through the game. But at the end of it, man, I wrapped up Mortal Kombat 11. I was like, wow. And then I continued on to play. Dude, I had so many coins I don't even know what to do with at this point. This is one of those things. And then they have the crypt that you can jump into and spend all those coins, and I like cleared that out. Man, there's so much to do. I'm excited to see what else they're going to introduce this year. Is the cameos, which is a nice little addition that you can bring in a cameo fighter to jump in real quick and then bounce out, so that it just extends the length of your combo. Man, like I was able to pull off about 11 hit combo. I know that's not pro level stuff, but for me, I was impressed. Right, 11 hits for one string. I was like, yo, this is pretty sick. And then now I wonder how much longer I can extend that by bringing in the cameo character too, to keep that jungle going. So definitely excited. 5-6 hours in length. You don't want to go too far. This is Mortal Kombat. I don't want it to feel like it's dragged out over 12 hours. I think that might be just a little too long in the tooth, even for Baraka. So it's but either way, Mortal Kombat seems to be cool. It's one of my there's so many hyped games this year. September is gonna be nuts. So yeah, you better start saving some money and free up some time.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Scott, the hot show just keeps rolling, dude. Red Dead Redemption Remaster data found in site update. Grant Taylor-Hill over at Insider Gaming. For months, rumors have been circulating regarding a Red Dead Redemption Remaster or potentially a full remake. Please give me the full remake.
Oh, yes.
Can you imagine that built over to where we are with Red Dead 2?
With the physics and the environmental engines and all the NPC. Oh, there's a lot of things to love about number 2.
Holy, that water, like you could see the pebbles through the water and the reflection and the glisten off the stones. Yeah, it was, yeah. Oh, please.
Remember knocking that guy off the stone mountain?
No, man, so cool. What a game. Oh, buddy. But nothing has been confirmed just yet. Recently, references were uncovered following an update to Rockstar's website that suggests something is on the way, with a new version of Red Dead Redemption being listed, along with an all-new logo. It's the closest thing we've had to confirmation thus far that the project is even taking place behind closed doors. Most recently, it was suggested that Red Dead Redemption Remaster could be revealed in August 2023. And considering that that's just days away, Rockstar's latest changes could be an indicator that the gaming titan is preparing to make such an announcement. Let's face it, Red Dead Redemption was one of the most phenomenal games of its generation, and Red Dead Redemption 2 was even better. For the longest time, fans have been calling for a remaster of the first game, but a remake in Red Dead Redemption 2's engine is the ideal goal. Scott, we just touched on that, right? Like, it's just, man, oh, please. It's been so long. I am definitely up to going back into that world of John Marston and playing out the first one all over again. And I don't normally like to go back to play older games, but if they make this old game a new game, dude, I'm down.
Oh, so good. It's been, well, I think it's been about 12 or 13 years since I played it the first time around. I'll play it if it's just cleaned up a bit. I would love that.
I don't need the GTA trilogy remaster, right? I want this to be the full-blown remaster from the ground up. Rockstar has to have learned that just doesn't work. Like, man, they got ridiculed. And it's funny because you don't see Rockstar ever get ridiculed for things along that line, right? It's updates here or there. Sure, you're gonna get controversy where people are like, "Oh, I'm not happy with this," but yet whatever. Then they'll fix it, and it is what it is. Dude, we're still playing GTA Online, and we complete a heist, and then we all get separated. I'm like, how is this still a thing after 10 years?
Yeah,
but
you think they would have figured this one out? But
absolutely. But hopefully they can figure this out and build it from the ground up. It's definitely been so long that if they took the time to make it from the ground up, this will sell like gangbusters, and hopefully set things up. Because Red Dead, if you didn't know, if you haven't played Red Dead, the franchise or the series, Red Dead Redemption 2 was actually the prequel to Red Dead Redemption. So Scott, here it is. We played Red Dead 2 just years ago. Dude, I still have it on my Xbox. Jumped in the other day. What a beautiful game.
I didn't beat it.
Oh, well, it's a long game, man. Like, I understand why you haven't beat it. It took me quite a while. It took me quite a while to beat that.
It feels like they had a helping hand from Ubisoft.
Yeah, exactly. But Red Dead Redemption 2 was the prequel to Red Dead Redemption 1. So now if we get the Red Dead Redemption 1 remaster, full remake, whatever it is, dude, that sets us up for Red Dead 3. And then hopefully they can keep that alive for the online component, because I want to be in there just like I am with GTA right now. And that's what should have happened with Red Dead Redemption 2, but they just cut us off. And it hurts.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like I've been skinned like one of the animals I do in Red Dead Redemption 2. Hurts.
Drew, for this next topic, this is something a little more near and dear to my heart, but this is Battlefield 2042's update 5.2, brings the ability for squad leaders to kick players from their squad, which is quite comical in my opinion. This comes from Michael Heritage at PSU. DICE has revealed that Battlefield 2042's update will implement a much requested feature, the aforementioned ability to kick squad members from your squad. While the full list of patch notes has not been revealed yet, the studio did share a few details on what to expect. Quote, "We've heard you loud and clear. You want the ability to define who you play with in a squad on Battlefield 2042. Arriving as part of Update 5.2, squad leaders will have the ability to lock, unlock, and remove players from their squads. Squad leader not up to the task. If your requests go unanswered, leadership duties may be taken from them as well."
Wow.
Stay tuned for full update notes on 5.2 soon. End quote. That is something that I want to address specifically because I've played a lot of Battlefield 2042. I'm the Battlefield fan in the squad here. And speaking of squad, often my squad members are not to the level that I would prefer, to put it nicely. If any of you have played Battlefield 2042 to any length, you'll jump into an aircraft and under no enemy fire become a crater in seconds because somebody just uses it as a taxi to get across the map. I don't like that. That makes me that is my biggest pet peeve in that game. So the ability to kick them out of the squad, that's one step. I would like a vote to kick somebody even further than that. Something similar to Rainbow Six in the way that you can just vote to end that squad or disband or just kick them off the game entirely for bad behavior. Now,
yeah,
it gets into some nitty gritty. How do you make that work? How does that not abused? I don't have an answer for that, but this is one update to that endeavor, and I'm happy with that.
That's fair. It is one step, right, to getting more of a cohesive squad together and having a better time with friends and this, that, and the other. We often suffer when we play Siege that there is one or two teammates sometimes that join us that just aren't favorable, right? They're team killing. They're doing just things you shouldn't do to actually help win the game. And it would be nice that if I get team killed, like, dude, I was defusing the bomb the other day. Teammate came up behind me, killed me, and then defused it himself. I was like, you kidding? And then, like, that's an issue, right? So I would love to be able to just kick them right from the game. They took that out of Siege. I'd love for them to bring it back. And here we are with EA and DICE bringing it into Battlefield 2042, the ability to kick them from the squad. I think that's a good move. It helps kind of bring things together a little bit and have a better community at the end of the day, right? It's just toxic communities are a problem. How do you clean that up? This might be one way to do that.
Oh, yes.
Scott, you can plan the perfect heist. Payday 3 closed beta starts very soon. Catch up with the infamous Payday crew during the Steam and Xbox closed beta starting August 2nd. So only a few ways to go about getting into this. Aspiring heisters can sign up for a chance to join Payday 3 closed beta at the Payday news update site. You can go to the Steam store page or go to the Insider Hub app on your Xbox. That's the easiest way to get in, and dude, I cannot wait to play Payday 3.
That's how I'm going to do it. Insider Hub for sure, and I hope you do the same, because we're obviously the crew.
Yes, we certainly are. Payday 3 closed beta will offer the original gang. They'll be there, Dallas, Hoxton, Chains, and Wolf, the iconic clown masked characters that made the Payday franchise infamous. For all playable characters will be there, and all their own unique skill sets will be there as well. It'll feature one heist, no rest for the wicked, Scott. So that'll be sticking around there. And all difficulties will be playable with a level cap of Infamy level 22, and weapon level progression is maxed at 8. So Payday 3 heist closed beta will be there shortly. Just step in quickly before it's gone. And if you haven't got enough to play in September, it's also coming out September 21st.
Gonna have to make some time.
Scott, it's been a hot week for games, man. There's been so many, but the list isn't ending yet. What's out today?
No, rivaling yesterday's long list, we have quite a few titles here. We have Super Sean 008, Zelar's Revenge, that's coming to PC and the Nintendo Switch. No Place Like Home is now on the PlayStation and Xbox ecosystem.
The journey of your life.
Spectrolight is now on Xbox. Disney Illusion Island is on the Nintendo Switch.
Talk about it.
Demonic Supremacy is on PC and Xbox. I have my eye on that one. Disfigure comes to PC. And Mega City Police comes to PC as well.
There you go. There's a few things to play. Scott, that'll wrap up today's show. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us for ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. We'll be back on Monday. I'm Drew. That's Scott.
And we'll see you inside the game.